Well, hello, my friends. We're broadcasting simultaneously on Facebook, LinkedIn. We've got a group of students here in a live Zoom. And of course, we're also on YouTube. Tonight at 9 o'clock, I'm going to be sharing with all of you some things that are taking place, that are about to happen. LinkedIn has added a number of new elements, a number of new features. What's that? But things that are going to make it easier for you to identify and connect with the right people. And frankly, this month, let me flip over here and do a screen share. I want to make sure that all of you can see the calendar. Can you all see that page okay? Okay, good. And Debbie's right. I posted a link to a podcast that related dating to job hunting. And yeah, it's true. It's true. There are recruiting scripts, strategies, and tactics that only work in December and January. And tonight at 9 o'clock, we're going to be talking about them. Our boot camp starts Thursday night, December the 2nd. And this boot camp is going to be a game changer for so many of you. There are all kinds of strategies, like New Year's resolutions, like goal settings. There's some scripts, some strategies that will get people reacting and responding to you faster. We're going to be sharing these with everybody in boot camp. Additionally, we're trying to get it finished by tomorrow. I'm not sure that that's going to happen because my master architect that puts all of these things together was in a terrible accident, and he only has one eye to work with. His other eye was injured. So he's working at about 30% of capacity. But I just want to give you a little bit of, we're literally, if for those of you that were in previous boot camps, if we wanted to compare the boot camp that we did in September, October, November, with what you're going to be looking at in December and into January and for the rest of the year, it's like comparing a 1956 Chevrolet against a 2022 SL Mercedes. The horsepower, the features, everything is just so improved. So sometime during our December boot camp, you're going to see a different format. And we're providing information. This is what the welcome page is going to look like, where you'll be able to click down here to watch last month's boot camp. All of the information, even the welcome to boot camp video and flip books, are all basically right here. And then as we go into boot camp, you'll actually have the recorded boot camp sessions. You'll have the flip book, the ability to download everything. And then we're going to have here in what amounts to the center, we're going to be breaking how to create a powerful profile. And these are going to be broken down into little micro videos that are very, very subject specific. You want to know how to connect with cream of the crop prospects, and you want to use Sales Navigator to do it. Boom, there's going to be a little tab here. How to use Sales Navigator. Very, very short, easy to find information. Profile guide, scripts, schedule of all our Ask Max sessions. And we're also setting up a calendar, right? Case studies. The calendar is really kind of special, because in one place, you're going to be able to find links to get on a webinar, links to the bootcamp sessions, links to extra training. Technology is changing, and we're making it easier for all of you. Wow. So Shirley writes, earlier today, I saw nude pictures on LinkedIn. That's all I can tell you. I deleted the mess so quick. It wasn't funny. I told you, LinkedIn is no longer a secret. And unfortunately, they're going to be attracting all kinds of people. And LinkedIn's got their work cut out for them. What we're doing in bootcamp is we're going to make it easier for all of you to learn how to connect with people. Now, today, the fastest growing top earners in your business will tell you they owe their success to my formula. They're teaching it to everyone that comes into the business. And now we're going to make it even faster and easier for all of you to do it. 4 simple steps is all it takes. Create a page, connect with people, communicate with them, and close them. Then teach your new recruits to do the same thing. That's all it is. And at the end of the day, it's all going to be about conversation. Conversation. That's what it is. It's like going to a party, big party, okay? Maybe 1,000 people walking around at a concert or at some kind of a big training event. And you could walk around the room and you knew in advance who you'd want to talk to and who you didn't, based on the contents of their page and based on what you could learn about them. So let me kind of scroll down here, and I've got some tonight. We're going to be sharing with everybody some really terrific points. One of the things that I wanted to share with everybody, and let me put it up. Oh boy, have I got people that want to talk to me? We have, for those of you that are participating in that are part of Will Zander's HB Naturals group. Let me just do a little screen share here. And next Monday night at 9 o'clock, we're going to be doing a special broadcast for the folks in Will's group, Will's team. And what we're going to get back to that. You know, last year we would do a special broadcast for our friends in Isogenics, a special broadcast for our friends in Jeunesse, Modere, and everybody is hot. I mean, hot for LinkedIn. It's just a phenomenal resource for all of you. Okay, so there's still that black box, man. Let me Where is that black box? Let me get rid of that. Now let me come back over here. Okay. My problem is I've got like 15 different windows open, and there's two. Let me pop over here. And can you see is the black box still there? All right. Okay, I see. All right, let me apologize for the snafus. Let me come over here. Okay, no black box. Are we good? You're looking at my website. Okay. All right. For those of you that purchased my Endless Free Lead 2022 program, I am frankly delighted to be able to tell you that we're going to be releasing it in time for Christmas. There have been some significant new features that this happens all the time. We wanted to include, and I basically pulled the plug and I said, stop, we're not going to do any more. So you'll have it all in time for Christmas. You are going to love the new layout for boot camp. This is a constantly evolving program. In fact, all I have to do is if we look at the difference in the content of boot camps. I mean, look at what boot camp looked like last January. New scripts, new videos, just a whole new way of delivering information. And what the new format's going to do is it's going to put everything in front of you, make it easier to get to the information, make it easier to, let me go back to let me just step back here a little bit. So everything's being reformatted. What you're not able to see here is this is going to be broken. There's going to be 16 little boxes here that are very, very subject specific. All right, so enough of that. Let me come back over here. And for those of you that have any questions, please pop them in the chat. Okay, I have a question as to when it's the right time to send someone a project launch script. I think I have someone that's ready. All right, so let me pop out of let me pop over here. And Ben, I'll jump into your account. And we'll pop over to the message area. And let me unmute Ben.
Hey, excuse me, how you doing?
If I was doing any better, people would think I'm on drugs.
Nice.
Okay. So who are we looking at?
Felicity.
I saw that right.
With an E on the end.
Okay, Felicity. Okay, here we go. Now, understand that the project launch script is something that you would use when you're ready to show, when you want somebody to look at your business. Okay. And okay, I remember her. How do I remember this stuff? So Felicity, if we take a look at who she is, see, everybody's got a story. So for one thing, Felicity is looking for a job. And if we look at her background, it's kind of an interesting background from the standpoint of she was in Pakistan and she worked for the government, and interesting background. So you reached out to her and she's clearly an open, eager socializer. You ask her how long we've been on LinkedIn, and she's telling you a lot. So now we've moved the conversation to the point where you asked her, and we've already gone over the things that you could have done a little different. So the bottom line is was she's looking for something, and you put up this thing about from Top Gun. It's classified. If I tell you, I'd have to kill you. And there are certain positions, there are certain times that you could actually use that. For those of you that have military service, what do you do when you're in the military? Well, you'd have to sign 4 non-disclaimer forms, and I could tell you, or I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. So she thought that was funny. And now on Monday, we sent, because we wanted to know if you were if you were looking for your calling after all you've been involved with, what would it look like? She has no clue. Enlighten me. So we sent the future belongs to those who live in the beauty of their dreams, believe. And then we started to dig. This was you. So you asked her, well, what kind of work do you really like doing? But she never told you. I was in retail. I was the main fingerprinter in the counselor. I'm still trying to search for my calling. So she's telling you she doesn't know what she wants to do. So we use this GIF. There's an abundance of opportunities out there for someone with your experience. What are you currently doing for work? She says, I know, but it's been more than 14 months and I haven't found anything but retail jobs. Okay. Now, so we're going to come down. We're not ready for the project launch script. See, retail jobs. What does that mean? What does that mean? What kind of retail jobs?
You're on cap locks.
Okay, yes, we don't want to shout. What kind of retail jobs? Now, the whole idea here is, sometimes you want to talk to these people like you're 5 years old. Okay. You before you use that project launch script, which basically says, hey, I'm about to launch a project and work with 2 people and help them go rank advance through my company, go to the top of my company in the next 90 days. And you have all of the skills to be very successful in the business. And then the question would be, would you like to know more about this? Who's going to say no? Now, the key is to only use it with people that clearly have a need, people that you feel have a need. And of course, the other part of it is the more you know about this person, it's just like any of the transition lines. Many of the people that I work with on LinkedIn are all turning to the internet to make extra income. What do you know about network marketing? The more you know about the person, many of the people that I work with on LinkedIn who want to change careers, many of the people that I work with on LinkedIn that have burned out from retail but enjoy working with people, enjoy networking with people. This is the way it works. So are you ready for the project launch script? When she comes back and answers this question, what is that going to tell you? She's I haven't found anything but retail jobs. That means she's looking in an area for jobs, and she's looking at retail. Right? So, for example, so what you're going to do when she comes back and tells you what kind, you could bring it up. You could say, Felicity, I'm about to launch a special project and work with 2 people and help them move, become leaders in my company. In the next 90 days. Would you like to know more about this? Well, she doesn't know anything about your company. So we would add, so the question would be, well, what do you know about, what experience have you had with network marketing? At some point in time, that project launch script comes down to, what do you know about network marketing? Now, the more you know about the other person, the more fun you're going to have, the more successful you're going to be. Let me give you, let me bring up an example, okay? And I think this, more than anything else, is going to clarify how this process is going to work for you, okay? And okay, so I'm going to bring this one up. I'm going to slide this one over here. And I'm going to make it large. You can't see it right now, so bear with me for just a minute. Yeah, it's over there. Okay, so bear with me. I got to shut it down from here. Move this over here. I'm not set up to do this. So this is going to be very, very crude, but still you'll get the idea, okay? All right. So do you all see the screen? It's kind of mixed up.
Yeah, I see the green screen, but there are some black boxes in it.
There are black boxes in front of it?
It's not completely covering it, but there are about 4 black boxes. One up there, and the pointer's on.
Okay, so right, so you're looking at the wrong screen. Okay, so let me. Okay, what do you see now?
Okay, I see a slideshow.
Okay, you see a slideshow, you see a left column with, yeah. All right, yeah. So good. All right. All right, so now, so you understand there's always a story, okay? And so I was working with James, who has been a very, very successful network marketer. This is a whole new world for James. Just like I'm sure for a lot of you, it's a whole new world. How do you talk to people? And so the conversation started in July. He reaches out to Joel with our opening line. Joel accepted him right away, or not right, the next day. So he writes back, how long have you been on LinkedIn? How's it working for you? And from here, he never responded. And a lot of people, frankly, don't respond. So in August, almost a month later, James reaches out to the guy. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. And the guy writes back the same day. Same deal. Not a big conversationalist, but it's a start. So then James sends him, a motivational quote. Just sent us another friend. I hope you enjoy it too. How's your search for a new position going? And Joel writes back, every day we hear about global product shortages, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And so James comes right back. Sounds like a problem. Your profile shows you've had your own business for over 27 years. Why'd you shut it down? So what's happening here is we're using the contents of the profile. The guy is looking for work, clearly. And so it says, so he answers. I'm not going to get into his complete answers. And so James writes back, I didn't see your other business. What was it? As a food broker. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to learn about Joel. Okay, so what have you been doing since you left Cuisine Innovations? I'm looking for work. It's been a long year. All right, so I can see where that would be frustrating. You've been in food business forever. What do you like best about what you do? And so he writes back, I'm torn. Entrepreneur, I love the strategic pieces, and I love sales. I'm a closer, not a hunter. I'm the guy you bring in to close the deal. So now the next day, how have you been surviving financially? I'm doing fine. He said, I'm not alone. I got dozens of friends, 55 and older, well-established, who are in the same predicament. And so he goes on to talk about his situation. So we sent him, if the plan doesn't work, change the plan, but never the goal. I sent this to a friend recently. So we've got the need. So now we're at, what experience, now, many of the professionals I work with on LinkedIn who have an entrepreneurial nature and a passion for sales like you do are launching new careers. What experience you have with network marketing? We were able to take that little bit of information that we've learned about Joel and put it into the transition line. Professionals, entrepreneurial nature, passion for sales. And so the guy writes back the next day, plan has changed. I'll be an Amazon driver. What? You're going to be an Amazon? What are you talking about? So what we did was we looked it up. Amazon drivers make $17 an hour. And then we said, well, you never answered my question about what you knew about network marketing. And so he says, network marketing is not my strong suit, just haven't done enough to be proficient. So the next day we write back, well, what kind of companies have you worked with? How long ago was it? And he just doesn't answer that question. Just doesn't, so you all know what we're talking about. It's sometimes you're talking to somebody and it's like pulling teeth. They're talking, they're sharing their story with you, but they're not giving you the information that you're looking for. So we come back. When I use the term network marketing, I was referring to companies like Amway, Nu Skin, Avon. Have you worked with any like this? Nope, I haven't. I value my Rolodex. It's a great asset. So I said to Jim, what does he mean by that? And we didn't know. so we come back. I didn't understand your last response about valuing your Rolodex when I asked you what your experience with the network marketing business model was. Neither the size of your Rolodex or the people on it would have anything to do with being successful in network marketing today. Can you be more specific? So now he goes in. You see, this is what you're looking for. You're looking for somebody that communicates with you. Okay. So this is in the next go round of case studies. So he says there are two types of salespeople: hunters and closers. Hunters have the knowledge, ability, and mental stamina to search out new accounts, open those accounts as points of distribution, and take orders for those accounts. They do not have the skills or product knowledge to convert the new business on anything other than price point. When that doesn't work, they need a closer. Closers have the skills, product knowledge, or ability to demonstrate added values and techniques. I am a top level closer. I close national deals. All right. So my reputation means that people on my Rolodex always know when I call, it's to close the deal. They always answer to call right back. I've been on the receiving side of contacts trying to enlist me in Amway and a few other MLM marketing concepts. It's always left me uncomfortable and damages the existing business relationship. So some of the people that he's working with are pitching him on network marketing. And he doesn't like the way they're doing it. He says, customers are not personal friends. I help them convert competitive business and they provide me with closable leads. This is what makes me both successful and a nightmare to manage. I'm in business with double-digit growth by owning the distributor and rep. Manufacturer wants me to own the operator. So again, we're not really getting what we're looking for. So this is exactly the scenario with Amazon. And it's going on and on and on. In short, when you refer to network marketing, Amway, Avon, or insurance, it's my Rolodex that would provide me with the customer base. So that's his issue. He thinks he's got to go to people that he knows, customers, family, friends. So, and now he comes back, and this is what made the whole thing interesting. Because James and I are going, do we, how long do we want to keep talking to this guy? We know he'd be phenomenal in the business. He says, so he comes back and says, well, as a blind contact, it is now up to you to challenge my beliefs, which may not be market accurate, and provide me with a solid sales plan that makes sense. And James and I are starting to laugh about this, right? I said, hey, okay, so now we know why he's not interested in network marketing, because of the perception is what he's done. So then we wrote back, in the land of the king, the blind, in the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. And so I'm not one to challenge your beliefs simply because I have better information than you do on the subject. So I'll get back to you shortly with a solid explanation and plan that makes sense. We don't have to just jump right in and address the issue. You've got time. So then he comes back. I said, I'm not one to challenge your beliefs. The fact is that all of you have better information than anybody that has a negative attitude about network marketing. So then he comes back and he says, I live to have my beliefs challenged. That's called growth. And any day something new is any day I learn something new is better than earning a shitload of dollars. And I'm grinning and I'm laughing. And I said, all right, James, now what we have to do is we have to get organized. And we're basically preparing a presentation. We have, and the scripts are all there. The thing is, you have to customize them to match the person that you're talking to. So that was on the 1st of September. Well, James on the 2nd sends him this, a Zig Ziglar quote. If you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. If you're determined to learn, no one can stop you. Then on the 4th, we use this GIF with the changing hats. Again, we're trying to learn more about, as an entrepreneur that loves sales, strategic planning, and closing the sale over the years, the way you've always conducted yourself has earned you a great reputation. One question: do you prefer working with other people or having other people working for you and with you? And he goes, I'm ambivalent, comfortable with either choice. And so we kind of wrote back, if you live to be challenged and grow, like you said earlier, then tomorrow I'm going to make your day. I hope you have a nice holiday weekend. It was the 4th of July. I'm on an airplane heading out trip out of town. Be back tomorrow. And he writes back, I look forward to hearing what you have. Now, James is ready to, let's go. I'm ready. But he wasn't back. On the 10th, my meeting lasted longer than I expected. I'll head back, get back to you ASAP. Flying hasn't been the same in the last 2 years. I'm back tomorrow. So now, it's been almost a month since you've been driving for Amazon. How has that worked out for you? See, it's not just about giving your pitch. You're having a conversation with somebody. Only it's via text. I'm not sure business travel will ever be the same. I don't do Amazon. It would have been time consuming. So he gives his response and he says, I drive around in a Jeep with the radio down. I'm delivering food. So we gave him a little advice. Be sure to wear sunscreen. I hope your interview goes. But he says, I have a promising interview on Wednesday. Now, situations change with your prospects. You want to show him the business. He's curious about it, yes. But at the same time, he is looking for work. He's going on an interview. His mental focus is going to be on that job. You got to pick the right time to talk about your business. So he said, well, I hope your interview goes well. What kind of job are you interviewing? We stopped looking to present our business and we bring the conversation back to him. What kind of job are you interviewing? Fingers crossed. Sales as a protein distributor. All right. So now we waited. Didn't respond. Happy Monday. How did your interview go? 2 interviews, no job offers, overqualified. So we wrote back, a lot of competition out there for many jobs. What would the job you were applying for entail? Well, I'd love to downgrade from a 1-level manufacturer regional manager food service. I'd manage and train several brokers and distributors. So he's going on and on. He says, obviously, I did national account work. I could not be living in hotels. Now, right now, James, okay, can we give it to him now? One more question. What was the largest number of brokers and reps that you managed and trained at one time? 6 broker agencies, 40 plus distributors. I mean, we're looking for a whale. We're looking for a leader. So we wrote back, no wonder you were told that you're overqualified for the last position you applied for. I'm sure that you'd agree. Now, here we go. Here it comes. I'm sure that you'd agree that we know what we know and that we don't know what we don't know. So at the end of August, when I brought up network marketing as a possible alternative to you, to be honest, I love your response. Now we're going to summarize everything that happened. Now you wrote, as a blind contact, it is now up to you to challenge my beliefs, which may not be market accurate, and provide me with a solid sales plan that makes sense. And the next day you told me, I live to have my beliefs challenged. That's called growth. And any day I learn something new is better than earning a shitload of dollars. My response on 9/8 to you was, if you live to be challenged and grow, like you said earlier, then tomorrow I'm going to make your day. The trip out of town kept me from making your day then. So today I'm going to make your day, overcome your misconceptions and beliefs about network marketing, and provide you with a solid sales plan that will make complete sense to you. Now, we've been talking for almost 2.5 months. And while over that time, I've learned a great deal about you, your perception about me is that I'm probably another blind contact from LinkedIn that's trying to pitch you on another MLM. Now, this is where it's time to talk about yourself. On a personal note about me, prior to getting into MLM, I made millions in the oil and gas industry, which has been decimated by the current administration in Washington. And I've been a fan of network marketing for years because I understand how the business works. Now, your perception of network marketing business model and how it works has been based on poor exposure and limited experience. So I understand your reluctance to give it serious consideration. I talk to people every day that are as skeptical as you are about network marketing because of how it was presented to them. If someone tried to sell it to me like it was probably explained to you, I most likely would walk away too. Now, for those of you that have been in network marketing for a long time, if in the 10 years or 15 years where you've been involved in 8 or 9 different companies, if you add it all up, if you added it all up, if you made $1 million in network marketing, because if you have, then you are basically a $1 million earner in network marketing. Now, maybe not in the same company, but you've earned $1 million, and that's huge. Now, you could add up all of the money that you've spent in whatever period of time that you've been in network marketing. Maybe add up the income. Listen, so far, I've made over 90 grand in network marketing. It was over 12 years. Okay. But you've made money in network marketing. But it really helps if you can say that. If you can't, if it's not true, you can't say it. Now, when you mentioned how much you value, so we gave him a little bit of information, enough. Now you might say, I was a school teacher for 11 years. And I started an internet business and it's generated enough income for me to be able to retire. That's all you have to say. What do you know about network marketing? Now, when you mentioned how much you valued your Rolodex and would never use it as a sales lead source, said it all. The truth is your Rolodex isn't as important as you think it would be. In fact, when I give you all the details of how my business works, you'll understand why you'll never even use it as a sales source to build your business. You're an entrepreneur that loves sales. I appreciate that you're a great closer, possibly without equal in your field. The good hunters you work with loved bringing their deals to close. Now, what we're doing is we're taking that explanation of network marketing that's in the scripts book and we're customizing it for him. The most successful top earners in network marketing today are good at closing a sale and have large teams of hunters that build a business. Top earners have to teach many of their hunters to become good closers, because if you have hundreds of hunters or thousands of hunters looking for someone to bring their sales to, it would be more than you or anyone could support. You clearly have the leadership skills that can manage and transform a group of hunters into a team and would be wildly successful in my business, or I wouldn't be talking to you about it now. You've worked for a number of companies over the years and have had 2 of your own. Now, while you're ambivalent about what you do next, work for yourself or work for someone else, I can assure you that once you understand the fundamentals of the network marketing business and apply your knowledge and expertise to my business, it will open your eyes to a whole new life. What remains for me to do is to share with you the plan, and I'll send that over to you tomorrow. And he writes back, I look forward to receiving it in detail. I hope you do educate me in a possible new direction, because what has he got? He hasn't worked for an extended period of time. All right. So did we get it? Okay. Network. And here it is. Now, this again is in the scripts book. Network marketing is an industry where large companies use word-of-mouth advertising to generate sales and then reward their distributors with healthy commissions on sales for doing so. What attracts most people to network marketing is the residual income component. Once people start buying the products produced by the company and that you or members of your team recommend, you continually get paid every time anyone in your organization reorders them. It would be like you or members of your team told someone that didn't know anything about Target where a store was. And when they went to the store and bought anything, Target paid you a sales commission on whatever they purchased. The icing on the cake is that every time they returned to the store in the future and bought anything else, you would continue to be paid for whatever they purchased. Additionally, if they told a friend about Target and their friend went to Target and bought something, you would earn a commission on whatever they purchased too. To be successful in network marketing today, one must first be passionate about the company you're working with and the products they produce. And I'm looking forward to sharing that information with you. Today, it's possible for someone with your level of management skills. This is where we're getting into the project launch. It's possible with somebody with your level of management experience, your passion for sales, your superior closing and training skills, and your leadership ability to become a very successful leader in my company. Now, to be successful, top earners and leaders in network marketing today are good at closing a sale and have large teams of hunters they support, train, and motivate to set and exceed goals. Achieving success in network marketing is a team effort where you work with someone that's truly dedicated to helping you succeed and is part of a group of people who each help each other become successful. Now, I'm partnered with one of the top earners in the company who is devoted to helping me succeed and everyone that I work with. The most successful people in network marketing, people making high 7, 6, and 7-figure earners, all devote their time to teaching people and coaching them to be successful. It's more about working with and helping people than it is about selling. In network marketing, you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. Now, some of you may remember years ago where I used to say you never type more than the other person. Well, this is certainly typing more, but this is the part where we are going for the close. We want to give him enough reasons to want to look at the videos. Sending somebody a link to watch a video that isn't qualified is a waste of your time. So many people are going to, if you've ever asked yourself, how come, I'm sending people the information on my video, but they never watch it. They never go there. That's because you haven't done your job in showing them why they really need to be looking at this. Thanks to social networks like LinkedIn and Facebook, you don't have to touch your Rolodex, chase people to buy from you, annoy friends, or spend money on advertising or buying leads. The system you'd be using works wonderfully on LinkedIn and Facebook, and it would enable everyone on your team to add a couple of people every week to their business in less than an hour to 2 a day, and the people that they enroll would almost immediately do the same thing. Now, there are thousands of network marketing companies out there with all kinds of products and services. And this is where you got to talk about your business. This is a Malaluga description. Whatever company you were in, the name of my company is Isogenics. It's 18 years old, manufactures a wide variety of products, reasonable prices that include, okay? So here you give a little blurb about the business. And then we kind of explain how the money works. Got to write it out for them. It only costs $19 to get started. And when you bring other people into the business, it costs them $19. Every network marketing company on the planet, like every company, they have to purchase products to be eligible to earn commissions. So this is where it's explained, okay? Now, we're giving him the big picture, project launch. Now I'm going to explain how you can make $100,000 in the next 90 days, working with me, one of the top earners in the company. We explain, we don't earn commissions on making sales. We earn a percentage of the total products being purchased. But we gave him enough information here. Help the person get to senior director. They're going to make anywhere between 20K and 40. Considering your experience, I'm confident that you'd be very successful in our business and rise to become one of the company leaders. I wouldn't be talking to you about this. You won't have to use your Rolodex, and I've developed a simple method to identify the professionals in your field on LinkedIn that want and need what we're promoting in advance of continuing of contacting them. Okay, so we gave them 2 scenarios. And then, hey, would you like to, get on the phone? And we have instructions there on setting them set up on the phone. Now, what was interesting here is that the call with his upline did not go very well. And that will happen from time to time because his upline is probably one of the most successful old school earners in the company. And turn them off. But the relationship he has is with James. And so now James he ended up signing up in his business. And now James, is working with the guy. Now the guy's got a family situation. He's kind of diverted away from the whole process. And so again, what is James going to do? James is going to, this is somebody that's in your business. Okay. This is somebody that's in your business. It's your new partner. So you need to be talking to this person every day. Every day. You need to be doing searches for him or with him. You need to be helping him land a customer or a business builder right out of the gate. You work with him, help him become successful, help him make $1,000. And the people that he brings into the business, you're going to help them. And the people that they bring into the business, you're going to help them. You're going to be working with a lot of people simultaneously. Now, I know some of you might be, oh my God, I don't know. How do I do that? What do I do? Don't worry about that. Okay? Don't worry about that. Number one, as it starts to happen, you'll get through it. You'll learn from every experience. Hey, in our retreats and in our advanced classes, I'm here to help you. Every time you have a conversation with somebody and you mess up, you come away from it learning something. That's all that counts because you've got so many people to talk to. I remember I was chatting with somebody who on the profile was phenomenal. Okay. And we both liked a lot of the same things. So we ended up texting back and forth, back and forth. She's looking for something to do. So I say, hey, my fingers are killing me. Let's talk on the phone. And I made a colossal mistake. As soon as we got on the telephone, I went right into a business pitch. And I could hear it in her voice. Hear it in her voice. She wanted to get off that telephone. I mean, I blew that potential sale. But I learned from that. I saw what it was. Instead of continuing the conversation, learning about them, finding out, are they indeed candidates for our business? No. I mean, I just assumed, of course, she's the candidate for the business. She's got a brain. Who could say no to this business? And they're not saying no to the business. They're saying no to you. They're not looking at the business. They haven't even gotten to looking at the business because of their perception of how the business works. And their perception is that they got to do these obnoxious things that you just did to them. You turn it around and your whole life changes. You turn it around, your whole business success changes. It changes. So that's why we do boot camps, and that's why we're here to help all of you master this. And in the process of doing all of that, our environments are changing, okay? The platforms are changing, the scripts are changing. LinkedIn just added something, they just added it today. It's a new feature. When you look at the messages you have, if you they're sending you a little notification. Hey, here's somebody that you haven't written to in the last 7. You owe them an email. You owe them a message. 7 days. Some of the new things that they're doing are designed to make it easier for you to communicate and talk to people. That's all it is. It's a numbers game, yes. Talk to 20 people a day, Monday through Friday. That's 100. Now, if you're talking to qualified people, then the numbers work in your favor. Close 1, close 2, close 3 people out of 100. As soon as you realize the person is not a prospect for your business, you stop talking to them. Talk to somebody else. You don't have time to talk to everybody. You'll talk to the people that you like their answers. You like them. And that's what it's all about. So let me Ben, I meant to ask you this. Did you ever get on the phone with that guy?
Which one?
There was somebody that you were talking to that wanted to get on the phone with you, and we kind of went over that.
Oh, yeah. I asked him when he could get on, and he says he can't get on until next week.
Okay. All right. So now what you have to do is, when you need to be communicating with him. Okay, he's got stuff going on in his life. Up until that phone call, you keep it going. Send him quotes. Send him what we talked about, the different type of motivational messages that you could send him just to stay in his face. So and so at this particular point, every day, he needs to get something from you every day. And maybe we might be able to get, on Monday when we do our next coaching session, we'll take a look and see, maybe there's another little question that we could get, an answer that we can get, which will tell us whether or not we want to continue to talk to him or not about the business. But
I did send him a question today. So
you did what?
I sent him a question today. I was quoting a question.
What'd you ask him?
Let me look and see if I can remember here. Oops.
Yeah, I don't want to bring him up on the screen.
That's fine. Let me get to my LinkedIn real quick.
Your goal, all of you should have a goal. When I was building a business, my goal was I needed to talk to 25 bona fide serious prospects a week, 5 a day. That was my goal. So I went to happy hour for 7 months, right? You want to talk about dating? Okay. I went to happy hour, 2 really popular upscale bars in Palm Beach from 5:30 till 9 o'clock. I had a strategy that frankly is totally not duplicatable. So I'd go out, I'd meet people, collect business cards. I'm a sailor. So I'd invite people to go sailing. Okay, so get them out on my boat. We're sailing down the intercoastal. It's wide up in the Palm Beach area. We don't have to go out in the ocean. Boat was beautiful, beautiful boat. We're sailing by these mega million dollar mansions. And people want to know what I do. And I got a business. And that's not duplicatable. So, and I discovered that when the people that I signed up in the business wanted to bring their prospects out on the boat. And you get to a point in time where, you had to limit the number of people you put on a boat. And there was one guy, when I say that I recruited in 7 months, the largest group of this dysfunctional distributors in the business, it was true. Just one guy in particular that Mark Yarnell, in his training during the retreat, talks about never recruit snakes. This guy was a cobra. Okay, cobra. He'd come out on my boat, and every single woman that was on that boat, he was all over them. I mean, it got to be a joke after a while. And once I started to limit his opportunity to get on the boat, I became his enemy, and he ended up going to meetings in Lauderdale, and he literally, pulled himself out of the business, and he got into the business under a bogus name, and I could care less. But when you listen to Mark Yarnell's training on how you build a business, don't recruit snakes. Don't bring people into the business that you don't like. Don't bring people into the business that you don't trust. And so, if you, Ben, did you find the question?
Yeah. So he said he couldn't do it this week, but he could do it next week. And so I said, okay, we can figure that out later this week. And I sent him the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams quote. Mm-hmm. And then I asked him, what does your current job at Pacific West entail?
Okay. Right. Now
because I really don't know anything about him at this point.
Right. This is the guy who said to you, he's working, but he said, listen, I might be lured away by something better. Now, maybe one of the things that you could ask him is, would you mind, do it after another post. Would you mind, how much money are you making now in your business? What would it take to lure you away? Okay. I mean, it's legitimate, certainly a legitimate question.
Mm-hmm. Hold on a second. I can get this.
Well, so the bottom line is what you need to be doing is you need to be learning about the other person. So James is asking an interesting question. When you say to talk to 20 people a day, do you mean the conversation has to be back and forth, or just sending messages out and waiting for their responses? Yes. Every day you're going to be sending out 20. Although you get to a point in time, James, where you don't have to send out 20. You send out 10 because you're better at it. So let's say we're sending out 10 messages every day. And some people are going to respond, some people aren't. Now, the people that respond, when you send them a message, that counts. Now here I'm looking to make connections, to just meet 25 people. And then I'd call them up on the phone. Hey, it was nice to meet you, learn a little bit about them. At the end of the week, my goal was that I would actually have a conversation with 25, or I would have 25 people that could be prospects for my business. And so my feeling was I should be able to close 2 to 3 people out of 25 because I'm really being selective about who I'm going to talk to. So what you do is initially, when you get into this, it's all about reaching out to 20, 25 people, 20 people a day, right? Then we're still doing the 20 a day, but then it comes down to, okay, now we're going to send out the icebreaker to 20 people. So we're reaching out to 20 people. We're sending icebreakers to maybe 10 every day. And then we're starting conversations. So pretty soon you're actually engaged in messaging back and forth, but it just has to be one message that counts. One message to this one message to that one. We're moving the conversations along. We're moving the relationship along. And along the way, we're dropping people off that, hey, man, they don't fit. Okay, that's it. That's all it is. And as people are dropping off, other people are moving up. And more people are dropping off, more people are moving up. And we're only going to talk to people about the business, the ones that, number one, meet your parameters. Like yesterday, we were talking about dating. Third base. You meet. Is there a level of attraction? Do you want to take that person out? And this would always come up. So you'd meet this person, right? And so the question was, where's it going to go? You're on third base. Where's it going to go? Are you going to see this person again? So people used to ask me, and you develop answers for this. So people would say to me, well, how do you know? And the truth is, and so this was my answer. I would say to people, I said, look, we like people, we can connect with people, but it isn't until you're face to face with them that you really know, right? And I said, you can usually tell within a minute of meeting somebody whether you want to shake their hand at the end of the meeting or you want to kiss them. Okay. That was mine. And so you'd be having dinner, you'd be having lunch, you'd be having dinner. And as long as they hadn't misrepresented themselves, hey, I'd buy somebody dinner, or buy somebody lunch. I got to eat. It's good company. I'm enjoying myself. But at the end, I had several women would say to me at the end, so what's it going to be? Are you going to shake my hand? Or are you going to kiss me? And my answer would be, hey, listen, you are a great person. But when we get up from this table, I'm going to shake your hand. And man, I remember one, God, this is so nice to reminisce, but I remember one where, she asked that question, and I said to her, I'm just wondering if I have to wait, how long I have to wait after we get up from this table so that I can kiss you. Now, there was also, what do you do when you meet somebody, okay? And right out of the gate, that, no way, okay? I'm not the least bit attracted to this person. They didn't lie. But man, I don't want to spend 35 or 40 minutes here. I'd rather take the money that I would pay for a meal, set it on fire. I'd rather donate it to a charity. So what do you do in a case like that? Solution. Arrange with a friend that knows that you're going to meet somebody. And arrange with a friend to call you 10 minutes after the appointed meeting, right? Call you on your cell phone. Max, your house is on fire, okay? You come up, there's an emergency, you got to go, right? So there are all these little contingencies, and it's just like, whether it's online dating or whether it's, looking for people, move through your process. You're going to develop a style, you're going to develop a methodology that will get you through the entire process of, I'm telling you, Richard wants to start a reality show. I got to tell you something. If I ever did one with my wife, it would be outrageous. Okay. And in case, any of you are thinking, so what happened with Debbie? I was kind of in I was in a relationship, okay, and I knew, it wasn't working, okay. So Debbie says, well, Max, you were stacking, you were setting, you were meeting people. So what I did was I had to go up to Boca Raton, and on my way back, I met Debbie in front of an Einstein Bagels. I was driving back to Miami Beach. She lived in Aventura. So I met her. And man, did I want to kiss her? I wanted to kiss her, 2 seconds after I met her. So we had coffee, and she wasn't hungry. We split a muffin. And then, I walked her to her car, and I said, listen, I would love to kiss you. And we did. And then, but I was breaking up with somebody in the process. And but she kind of reminded me of she's beautiful, but she also reminded me of she's a combination of the comedian Norm Crosby and Joan Rivers. Okay. It's got a sense of humor like you can't believe, but her vocabulary, she used to kill words. And she was funny. She was funny, and she had a great family. And those were the things, that I was looking for. And we actually had to delay seeing each other because the relationship that I was in, we had made commitments. I was going to go see my son in Texas over Thanksgiving. We had a couple of trips planned, and I'd already paid for them, and there was no way I was getting out of them. So, I went with, this person, and then, and basically, something happened, and I just said, you're not, you don't fill on my box. You're not, this isn't working for me. It's not working for me. And it's got to work for both of us. And it's the same thing when you're talking to a prospect about your business. It's got to work for both of you. The business has to fit them. They have to see it. They have to like it. They have to get excited about it. They have to want to do it. Why is somebody going to get into business with you? You're talking about developing a partnership with somebody that wants to make it to the top of their business as bad as you do. Quality over quantity. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. This whole process, I'm telling you, can be fun, especially when you realize you have unlimited applicants. You have unlimited prospects. And in the dating world, because people have so many choices, some people it's hard to make a decision. And when I would meet somebody and I was interested, I took myself off the dating site. Let's see where this goes. And yet there'll be people on it, they're on the dating site, they're meeting people. And then that night they're back on the dating site looking to see who's next. So there's all kinds of subtle little things that turn online dating into something that's magical because you have access to so many people. And in business, it's the same way. You are a recruiter, okay? You're a recruiter. You are trying to build a team. You right now, where you are today, you are $1 million earner in your business without a team. Okay. You have the right people in place building the business alongside you. And right. And so Melissa just said it. Be the person, that you want to attract. Be the person that the other person would like to get into business with. And that's the whole thing. Well, tonight in roughly 3 hours and 15 minutes, I strongly suggest if you've got team members, partners in your business, get them on this webinar. It's maxsteingart.com/special webinar. I'm going to knock your socks off. And what I'm going to show you, some of you won't sleep tonight. Some of you will be jumping on. I remember years ago when I was working with Brent Bryson, who's one of the top earners in Nu Skin. After he got this, he says, Max, I can't walk by my computer without wanting to go over there because I know there's somebody there that I can talk to. The more selective you are, the more successful you're going to be. And it's a skill set. So have fun with this. We'll see you tonight. Tomorrow, boot camp is tomorrow night. Check your mail because I extended the Cyber Monday promotion. A portion of my list didn't get it. So it's still open. Boot camp is, all the sessions in boot camp are recorded. And we're going to have a lot of fun in December. So again, best of luck in building your business. We'll see all of you tonight.